Welcome to the channel. My name is Tyson. Just kind of wanted to give you guys an overview of what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish, what the channel's about, and some of the projects we got coming up. So the initial project is going to be a 1971 Ford F100 pickup truck. It was originally a long bed truck. We did a short bed conversion on it, cut the frame, cut the bed, and you're basically going to see us picking up from where the truck is at now. It was started, I want to say 4 years ago. We got the truck 4 years ago, and it just been kind of working on it here and there. My brother's had time, and I've been out of the country doing stuff, and so now we're all back in the same place, and we're just picking up where we left off with the truck. So you guys will see where that is. Basically starting with the doors. We're switching out some doors with the donor truck, and then pulling the internal pieces out of those doors and switching them over, doing the glass, some of those things, and just kind of getting moving with that. And then, we'll transition onto the bed and finishing up, trying to weld the bed and get all that taken care of, and the mounting and all that. So that's where we're at, I guess, with that project. And you'll see some other ones coming up. I talk about a bike, one of my motorcycles, and another one, and some of these other videos, but it's just basically kind of me and my brother, our lives and what we're going through with these projects. That's what the focus is going to be primarily on, is automotive or motorcycle type projects. The F100, there's some other cool stuff coming up. I can't get into it right now, but I will. And just to give you a heads up, a lot of the information or the videos I have somewhat of a backlog of videos. So I have, a few hours worth of videos that I'm putting together and editing and trying to put out these videos, but it is, the feel for the channel is very much grassroots. There's just a lot of, I'm not great with editing, not gonna lie. I'm working on it, I'm getting better. So, as the videos come out, you'll hopefully see an improvement, as will I. And I don't want you to get the wrong idea. It's, like I said, it's a very grassroots channel. It's me trying to figure things out, my brother as well. We do our best with YouTube and Google, and trying to figure out the best thing to do for this type of weld, or with the thickness of this metal. And we're not experts. I'm not a mechanic by trade, neither is he. So please don't take this as a how-to video, or these videos, this series of videos, as how-to by any stretch of the imagination. It's just us doing our thing and learning as we go, and trying to figure some things out on our own without doing a ton of research, if that makes sense, to try and learn and grow and just become better, fabricators and things of that nature, and smarter in putting these cars together. And it's something that we've always wanted to do. And it's proved a lot more difficult now during these COVID times and things of that nature, but we're doing our best. So, constructive criticism is appreciated, emphasis on constructive. Obviously it's not up to me, but I'd prefer not to see a bunch of hate in the comments. Try and keep it positive. And if you have something that could help me or other people who are watching the video, who may be going through the same type of thing, even if it's not an F100, maybe they're doing welding on a bed or their Chevy pickup, and there's just something that could help them, please, by all means, put it in the comments. And like I said, constructive criticism is greatly appreciated. Even on videos, if you guys want to see more time-lapse stuff or less detail or more concise videos, maybe take 5 days worth of work and put it into one video as opposed to one day. That kind of stuff is, it's, I guess fluid is a good word for it. We're learning as we go, and feedback is always greatly appreciated. But I'll be popping in and out of the videos kind of in this format just to give some insight or clarify certain things, because like I said, the editing is challenging. It really is. Shout out to all the other YouTubers that I watch, who have great videos. I assume it's taken them years to get to where they're at, but they do a really good job, and you take it for granted, until you get to a position like me where you're doing it yourself and you're like, wow, this takes some, you really have to think things out and plan things, and just your shots and how you set the cameras up and how you talk, and do you do a specific intro and exit for each video, and as opposed to just filming a bunch of footage like I did, to now where I'm having to go back and kind of piece things together. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and let you know where we're at, who we are, and you'll be meeting my brother down the road. He's in some of the videos, so you'll see him and some of his projects that he has going on too. But there's, like I said, in the videos, there's some repetitive stuff. I sniff a lot. I don't even notice. I didn't even notice I did it until I started going through and editing my videos. How much I actually sniff and things like that. I say a lot, so just bear with me. I'm aware of the issues. I'm improving or trying to, working on it. But like I said, you know, just good positive feedback is always welcome. And the best thing you can do to help us out for the time being is to, you know, like and subscribe. Just keep watching the videos, and hopefully you're entertained. If there's something you want to see, let us know in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond. Without further ado, let's get into the videos here, and we'll start with those doors. Alright, so today we're going to be swapping doors. This will be the truck we use right here. As you can see, we're working on the bed. So this door right here, and the passenger door, I have to double check, but I believe we're going to do the passenger door too. We're going to come off because they have rust right there. And then you can see what I'm going to swap with over here. So we have our donor truck over here. This thing has seen better days, but it is an original short bed. But the bed's just trashed in a number of ways. So what we're going to do is get these doors off. These are in better shape. They're not perfect, but much better shape. Surface rust. She'll be okay. So we're going to swap this door with that one right now. And we'll get to it. Alright. What I'm going to have to do is basically use the engine hoist because I don't want that door to sag when I start pulling it apart. So I'll get the hoist set up, get it unbolted, and keep it moving. Now we got the door supported with the hoist. Go ahead and get the door off. There you have one door removed. I'll show you guys pretty much how it goes on and comes off on the other the truck once I get this one out of the way, and we'll get it set up. Alright, so as you can see, we got the hoist set up on this door here because that's the one I'm going to take off. Driver's side, and hopefully the light's good enough here where you guys can see kind of how this is mounted. Just got these two bolts here, and then there's one deep back in here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, that's the same top and bottom. Knock those three bolts out, and then I'll be back with you. Alright, so we're set up here with the other door in place. Go ahead and get it bolted in so you guys can see what it looks like once we get it all tightened up. Alright, so now we'll let the tension off and kind of see where the door is, try and get it lined up a little better before we get everything tightened back up. Alright, so we had to lift up a little bit to get the door to basically latch and sit right, as you can see there. It's a little off, not necessarily horrible. This gap right here, I don't really care for, but I mean, if you come, that looks perfect. A little more up there, but it has, I think it just has to come up in general a little bit, and possibly back. I'm not exactly sure what to do with the back part. We may have to put some spacers or something in there, but we can fine tune it. Alright, so we got the same setup going over here on the passenger side. Same deal. Just going to pull this one off, put the other one back on, those same 6 bolts. And I'll be back with you. Alright, so we're back on the passenger side here. Got the donor door in place, just got to bolt it up, get it sucked in, line it up. Good to go. Well, I got the door on and mounted, but it is just, this thing just will not line up right when I try and shut it. See if I can kind of show it to you here. It's just too low. You can see, and it hits. So if you lift it up, yeah, then you can close it. Whoops. If you lift it up, you can close it. But it seems like no amount of adjustment here on these bolts, because you can see they have space to move. You know, so there is adjustment there, but I'm not getting it. So I think right now I'm gonna have to pull off the, maybe pull these hinges off here. The doors I pulled out, pull off this little panel, the white panel there. Screws here and this stuff, pull that off and see if I can get those hinges out and redo them and stick them on there and try and get that thing to hang right, because it is just not working now. But I think that's about it for tonight. We'll come back and hit it hard tomorrow. Alright, we're back working on the doors today. To the 71 F100. I'll show you. The truck's actually over here. As you can see, this stuff here is all just tore up. Glass is pretty bad. I don't know if I guess that's tint of some sort on there. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but yeah, maybe you can. It doesn't look very good. So the plan is to use the stuff off of the original doors from the white truck, at least the internals. So I've already got one of the panels pulled off. Here's kind of how it looks before. And you just have the handle here is held on with the screw and kind of just pushed on there. So I don't even think that one exists. I do have another one on one of those old doors, so I can use that. But we're just going to pull the panels off of here. And then I believe I can get to like you can see these, I believe it's just these 3 bolts that mount the hinges. 2, 3, there we go, yeah. So I believe it's the same way on this one. This is the actual passenger side door. But I'm just gonna pull the stuff out of this one, see kind of what's involved with that. It looks, I think most of it is kind of gonna be these screws here, and then figuring out how to kind of undo all the stuff inside. I don't know if I can actually get you guys in there to see. Flashlight here, let me try. So there's some of the mechanism right there. And those 3 screws should be kind of back in there. And then it's just some of this hardware here. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. I can't even get an angle on it, but I'll try. So this hardware here kind of goes along. And then the window crank, I'm not sure about the window crank, if I really need that or not. But I'll kind of reassess once I get all this other stuff going. These hinges are good right here on this door, so I'm just going to leave them. And then I'll throw these doors on that blue truck, and you know, whatever we decide to do with that it is what it is. But there's not a whole lot of good stuff left on that blue truck. Let me get you guys set up here, and then I'll be right back with you. I got everything set up, all my tools and stuff, so we're going to go ahead and just pop this cover off and get to the internals, and I want to get to these specifically today to get those off and try and swap them out with the other doors back there and get that one going. And just got a couple new tools today, so we'll see how those do as well. They're pretty so far so good. I've been messing them a little bit. Should make life a lot easier though. Alright, So the door handle on the other door, if you can see, this has standard kind of bolts in there, which I was expecting on this one here, but that is not the case. It appears to have 2 screws. So let's try that. Okay, that looks like it's still, I think that one's still the nut, so let's see if I got the right socket here. Little sticky there, but not too bad. These guys have to come off too. You guys see me look back at the camera like that sometimes? It's because it's kind of, you forget you're actually trying to film something, so I'll have my body in the way of what I'm doing, so I'm just trying to make sure, hey, kind of got a line of sight there. If it looks kind of weird, is why you keep looking back at the camera. Okay. There we go. We'll just take a look inside here and see, make sure it's pretty much the same scenario. I mean, it looks the same. I've got those same 3 bolts here and here. I can show you better. Same bolts there. These guys down here should be pretty much the same scenario. Now it's hard to kind of see in there, and I mean, I hope that's all that's holding these things in here, but we'll get it off and see. Huh. I guess that was it. All right. On to the bottom. This little thing seems to have some torque to it. So what I'm going to do is get the that other truck moved into a better spot to where I can work on it, get the door off, and then I'll be back with you guys. So we're going to go ahead and end it right there for this video. The next one will just basically be picking up where we left off on the doors. Like I mentioned before, please comment, like, subscribe if you did like the video and you want to see more. Just let us know, and we'll see you in the next one.